Mark Coffey versus Flash Morgan Webster.
Not interested.
Okay. Kenny Williams versus Travis Banks.
Still not interested.
Okay. Nina Samuels versus Isla Dawn.
Really, really not interested.
Ono versus Dragonoff.
Now that is a match I didn't know I needed in my life.
Support, no DQ.
Gentlemen, raise your beverages. This is an NXT party. Welcome everybody to the NXT party for episode number 56 of NXT UK. I'm your host, the Rated R reviewer, Stephen Osborne, joined as always by the General Jerry Slaughter.
Good morning, wrestling fans.
And today we've got a couple of panelists up on the big screen. We've got the holiday Chris Mace. How are you doing, Chris?
Doing good, yo.
And we've got the Birdman of Boston, Owen Finch, up on the right. How are you doing, Owen?
I'm doing very well. It's been a while since I've been on, so good to be back. Been very busy lately. I thought I wasn't going to get on because I literally got on the Skype call like the last second, but I'm happy to be on.
Well, we had thought you went back to sleep, and at these hours of the morning, I do not blame you. I almost went to sleep tonight.
I fell asleep a couple times on the line. I'm not
we
gonna
had
lie.
3 straight matches that were just nothing to me. Like, I was completely entertained for the entirety of it. And then the main event.
Yeah.
And thank God for this main event. This saved the whole show. But we will get to that. Let's start at the beginning. We've got Mark Coffey coming out with Wolfgang, which is weird. Now, a little confession, I am behind on my NXT UK. I didn't watch last week's episode. We were busy driving to Canada.
Yep, Toronto.
And so I didn't know this match had stipulations. Turns out, this match is one of 2. We're going to see the tag team partners of each of these teams go one-on-one. And in this case, we've got Wolfgang's tag team partner, Mark Coffey, versus Mark Andrews' tag team partner, Flash Morgan Webster.
Yes.
So they are actually accompanying them to the ring. It is normally Gallows' style to go back to the back instead of accompanying anybody to the, especially a one-on-one.
Yeah.
Joe Coffey goes out all the time and leaves Mark and Wolfgang on the stage to leave after he gets to the ring. So I understand now. And I think this is cool. I think this is a nifty way to get a tag team #1 contendership other than just a tag team match.
Yes.
But what did you think about the match, Jerry?
The match itself, I could have done without. But that's only because I'm still not huge on Flash Morgan Webster. Like, he's a flash in the pan to me. He's a cool costume and that's it. He pretty much personifies a lot of what a lot of people don't like about wrestling now. A lot more of the acrobatics and everything. But whereas a lot of these other guys actually have impact, he really doesn't have much of anything going on. So I can't get behind him in any matches. But Mark Coffey always shows me like really cool power moves and or something different in each of his matches. So
he is, to me, probably the blandest member of Gallows, but you're talking about Gallows, so
yeah.
Even the blandest member still looks good.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like he's the morning blend of the Coffey brothers.
So Flash Morgan Webster did get some offense in this match, but to me he looked weak for the entirety of it, and then wins with a fucking fruit roll-up.
Yeah.
But let's start with Owens, since it's been a while. Welcome back, by the way. What did you think about this opening match?
it was all right, but I kind of agree with Jerry where, Flash Morgan Webster really hasn't done a lot for me. It's kind of a shame because I thought he would have been like one of the big stars of NXT UK, like when he got signed, because I saw him on 205 live right before the second tournament happened, and he looked very good. But yeah, here he didn't really look all that good. He also just came off an injury, so I don't know if he was just working over the wind rust. But yeah, I mean, this match was, all right. I had known this match was happening, but I didn't know they had to do 1 or 2 matches to qualify. That was news to me. I don't know if that was something they said last week and I just missed it. But yeah, Flash Morgan Webster wins, which I guess makes sense because you need to have a babyface tag team in that UK tag title match with, the Grizzled Young Veterans and Gallows. But I'd rather just see Gallows and Grizzled Young Veterans just go at it. I get why they don't want to do that because, it will kind of bury the tag teams, I guess. But and also it's in Coda where Mark Andrews is. And I think Mark Andrews deserves a spot on the show since, because I like him. But
So
yeah.
So what happens if Wolfgang beats Mandrews next week?
They don't get in the match. Both of them
Yeah, they don't get in the match. They
both
both have to
of them
win.
have to get. Both of them have to win.
Oh wait,
match.
so Gallus is already in the match.
Yeah, it's Gallows versus them, and then
See, I missed all of this.
Yeah,
Thank you guys. I'm sorry for looking stupid on my own show, but
it's Gallows versus the Grizzled Young Veterans. But Mark Andrew and Flash Morgan Webster said they deserve to be in the match as well. So Johnny Satan sits Gallows set this up.
okay, cool.
But even
so
then,
Mark Andrews totally has to win.
well, here's the thing: if Wolfgang does beat Mark Andrew, that can easily set up for a Flash Morgan Webster heel turn. Because he can say, look, I won my match, you didn't pick up the win for us, you screwed us out of a tag title match, I'm sick of this.
Yeah, but how does that get either of them on the Cardiff card?
It won't get him on the Cardiff card, but it could actually set up for a dark match like in W1 matches we get for that next week.
I think this would be a really good opportunity for a tag team triple threat match. What about you, Chris? What do you think about this match and this opportunity here?
And possibly the only way to lose belts.
The match, I was like, alright. Like I said, pretty much it was him Coffey selling that he was injured. Like he kept holding on his left leg, kept saying he was hurt and stuff. He was trying to get Mark Andrews at one point. What I liked was when he was on the outside, he was trying to get Mark Andrews to hit him. Like, come on, hit me, because he knew if Mark Andrews hit him and get a disqualification, it'd be over. He'd be done with all this crap. So he was trying to do it, but like I said, that inside cradle to finish it was just like, okay. So he won, so now Mark Andrews has to win. If they end up getting into some tag title match, it's a triple threat. I see them taking the fall and Gallows winning. That's what I'm just thinking is going to happen. They're only getting added in there just for them to take the fall, so it protects the Grizzly Young Veterans.
Yeah, and if Mandrew takes the fall, then you can get that heel turn from Flash Morgan Webster.
Yeah.
Maybe Flash Morgan Webster ends up helping Mark Andrews win his match so that they can get in the title match, and then he ends up taking the pin.
Yeah.
And that starts it. There you go.
Done
and done, Jerry.
Maybe that's what it'd be exactly what we needed, because new champions could possibly be crowned that night. Plus, we also finally get Flash Morgan Webster as a heel.
I would also much rather see this as a triple threat elimination match.
Yeah.
Of course, you get eliminated if one partner gets pinned, not both.
Yeah.
In a tag team, in a 2-on-2 situation, I dig an elimination tag team match. Those are really cool.
Yeah.
Especially when the babyface gets eliminated first, but then you got the John Cena of the group that's gonna fucking battle two dudes and end up coming back somehow. Oh, that's a fun story for one match. And so, few and far between. Up next, we've got Radzi backstage attempting to interview Toni Storm, although she doesn't really hear him. Like, she just wants to talk about partying with Radzi. And then she's like, oh yeah, what was your question? And he's trying to ask her about Kaylee Ray. Apparently Kaylee Ray talked about how well she knew Toni Storm, which means she knows all her secrets. And that's all I gather, because of course I didn't watch this promo last week. I guess I need to, but What do you think about this, Chris?
I can't stand Tony Storm. Y'all know this already. It was just a useless promo. It didn't elevate the story or do anything really.
Owen?
It was weird. It was just kind of like, you know, she went from like 0 to 100 really quick because she was all happy about going to a party, and then when Kaylee Ray got brought up, she got like all depressed. So it was weird. Yeah, this was not. I didn't think it was a good promo at all.
Jerry?
I tuned out. The second Tony Storm comes on the screen, I usually go like this anyway. Like,
so you pulled a Tony Storm on Tony Storm.
yeah. I probably even did better than her.
Tony Storm basically is just refuting the idea that Kaylee Ray could get into her head.
Yeah.
But I think she already has. And I really hope she has. I really hope that somebody takes the belt off of her so she can stop calling it shiny, shiny. So up next we've got an attempted interview with Jordan Devlin. Apparently this was from earlier. Of course, all of this was from much earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, he doesn't get a word in edgewise because there's a kerfuffle. Something like that. There's stuff going on that you can hear down the hallway, and so the camera catches up to it.
Shenanigans.
And we've got what is obviously Piper Niven, and by the torn jeans above the knee, easily Rhea Ripley. Yes. So this feud is still happening, and apparently it has spilled over into the backstage area.
Mm-hmm.
Owen, your thoughts?
Yeah, I thought it was good. I thought it was a nice way to continue the feud. Feels like the feud's been going on like a long time. I think since WrestleMania, before WrestleMania week.
Yeah.
Because I know they went to the WrestleMania Access shows and they were still feuding. So it seems like this feud's been going on a while.
Too damn
But I still thought it was a nice way to continue it. I'm guessing they're gonna have a match at Cardiff. I think it's going to be a stipulation, but we kind of already have one on the show. But I feel like we need to have another one because, you know, this match should be like Falls Count Anywhere or something. But I enjoyed it.
Chris?
This is what they should have been doing from the beginning. Once Piper Niven debuted, they should have been going to here and planting the seeds and doing a lot more physically, trying to build up this matchup. And then they've already did the one match and Piper Niven won, so it's like, okay, I think she shouldn't have won. She hasn't been impressive in the ring since she's debuted in NXT UK. I haven't found any of her matches to be entertaining or interesting. So at this point, if you're going to put this match again, you got to have Ripley beat her this time around and just end this damn feud already.
To me, Piper Niven is like you built a heavy-set female wrestler, you know, a monster female wrestler in a video game, and then gave her Dave Mastiff's moveset.
Yeah.
So you watch her matches, and it's almost like, I've seen all this before. Because you have. Because for the last, I don't know, how long has he been around? For the last probably 8 months, we've been watching Dave Mastiff do all of this shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I haven't been impressed either by Piper Niven, but I think it's because her and Rhea Ripley just are not capable of putting on a great match.
No.
Just their two styles and their two builds just don't allow for it. I've seen Piper Niven put on better matches, although not great, but better matches with other people. And obviously vice versa. Rhea Ripley has put on some great matches with other people. So I'm sad that this feud is continuing. Yes, Owen, this is a nice way to continue it if you want it to keep going. I do not. Jerry?
The only way I can think this would be, they can conclude this in any way, shape, or form, would be a match after Cardiff, like a street fight or something, maybe back at the Exchange, like as a main event. It's like just make that the end of the feud between these two.
Now, you know every time you call for a female main event on NXT, it ends up on the pay-per-view, right?
Yeah. And which is I'm not gonna. This last time with Io Shirai and Candice.
You know what? I'm so glad that ended up where
That ended up happening, and that
I
was
got
wonderful.
to see that live, and that was
Yes.
an awesome match.
It's like oh yeah, sucks to be you guys that you weren't there to get to see it live.
Yeah.
I'm saying it to anybody that's a wrestling fan that I run into. It's like, oh, sucks for you.
So yeah, I don't see this ending up being an awesome match, but I have been proven wrong because I didn't see Io Shirai versus Candice LeRae being that good of a match, and it way overproduced. It was great. So after this, we've got Kenny Williams versus Travis Banks. Sleeper match number 2.
Yeah.
As in, puts you to sleep.
It's not an entertaining sleeper.
The best part of this match was Noam Dar comes out.
Yeah.
And I believe he gets to be the first person on NXT UK to build a storyline or a feud by going to the commentators' table and helping them call somebody's match. In this case, we aren't sure if it's still Kenny Williams that he's feuding with or if he's now going to be feuding with Travis Banks, because he has already had a match with Travis Banks and he won. And he made sure to say that several times on this broadcast. To me, he was the only saving grace of this match. I've always been bored with Travis Banks, and Kenny Williams only entertains me when he's in a tag team, gets a hot tag, and hits that sequence that comes with the wrecking ball drop kick.
Yeah.
Skin the cat, suicide dive. He attempts the wrecking ball drop kick, misses, goes all the way down. He does get the suicida, but we don't get to see the skin the cat, and that's my favorite part. It's what combines the sequence, man. So, yeah, a lot of strikes. You know, Kenny Williams likes to kick people and slap his knee.
Yeah.
What do you think about this match, Owen?
Yeah, I thought it was a fun match. I thought it picked up definitely towards the end. But yeah, I really didn't know who Noam Dar was feuded with, because I knew he just concluded his feud with Kenny Williams at the Download Festival, and then he just started his kind of feud with Travis Banks, as Travis Banks called him out last week because he was like, you don't guarantee a match at a takeover show. So I didn't really know what was happening. Are they setting up a triple threat match, which I wouldn't complain about, but yeah, the match I thought was good. I mean, one flaw about the show for me was I had just watched NXT Takeover Toronto just before this, so a lot of the matches seemed very subpar to me.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I do have my takes because I was burnt from Takeover Toronto. So, but I thought the match was solid. I guess it makes sense for Travis Banks to win, but I kind of feel bad for Kenny Williams because I feel like he could just be used so much better. I feel bad that he's on a losing streak, but I'm wondering if they're setting up a heel turn with Kenny Williams because, I know it kind of doesn't make sense because they've kind of burnt that bridge, but why not have Kenny Williams turn heel and join up with Noam Dar? I think that'd be cool. I really want to see that.
Yeah, I was going to suggest he helps Noam Dar with the match.
Absolutely. That's the route I'd go with as well, is the fact that Kenny Williams needs something going on, and for him to finally just buckle down and say, he's like, you know what? Noam Dar's getting results. I'm not getting results. What's the worst that can come out of all this?
I mean, they started this match by talking about Kenny Williams' losing streak.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was on a losing streak.
Oh, he's lost to Noam Dar.
Yeah, but didn't he win a match despite Noam Dar before he lost to Noam Dar?
Yeah.
So he's on a one match losing streak.
He lost to Ono on the first episode of the Download Festival.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's it. That's it.
So 2 matches lost and you're on a losing streak, but they called the same thing after they lost 2 matches as him and Amir Jordan, the tag team.
Yep.
So, Chris, your take on this match?
It was okay for what it was. Noam Dar was one that saved everything with his commentary, but it makes me wonder. He keeps saying he's guaranteeing he's going to be on TakeOver. He's going to have a match on TakeOver, but who's he facing? He's already beat Banks. He's already beat Kenny, so who else is there left unless they're going to have a surprise opponent for him at TakeOver, which I wouldn't be opposed to, but then who would that surprise be? Would it be somebody that he could...
This is Noam Dar. So Noam Dar is going to pick Travis Banks for two reasons. One, they've had this interaction at the end of the match where he was, sarcastically applauding Kenny Williams' win. But also because he's already beaten Kenny Williams, so he gets to go to Cardiff beyond the pay-per-view and beat his opponent for sure because he's going to go in confident that he can do it again.
All right, but I guess my main question is who's going to replace Travis Banks at the last minute?
That would be hilarious.
Yeah. Like Travis Banks would get injured before his second.
That might end up being the funniest thing on the show if that happens. What do you think about the match, Jerry?
I could have done without it, really. Like, basically, I walked into it not wanting to watch the match because automatically as Travis Banks is in it, and I just... a whole bunch of people we just don't care about on this card. And they just seem kind of hodgepodge together. I'm like, we had two faces out here. Why are they both out here? And then Noam Dar comes to the announce table. I'm like, I kind of see where this is going. Because I actually thought maybe that's when we'll see a heel turn from Kenny Williams. But no, we get a respectful match between the two of them. With Travis Banks picking up the win.
Yeah, he hits the slice of heaven off the road or off the corner.
Yeah,
right into the Kiwi killer.
Kiwi Crusher.
Kiwi Crusher.
Kiwi Crusher.
It was a little awkward setting it up, but he nailed it.
Yeah, but at the same time, this match really didn't do anything except for set up for Noam Dar to mockingly applaud Travis Banks as he came back up the ramp.
So it sets up the match between Dar and Williams.
Yeah. But like I said,
who's
gonna face
you know what? Dar? Kenny Williams. So after this we've got Nina Samuels versus Isla Dawn. So we've got Nina Samuels who actively breaks the third wall because her character is she's an actress, but they don't specify stage, film, or television, and they don't even have commercials with her in it or nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. She's just an actress. So I'm like, okay. So she's a wrestling actress. She actively breaks the third wall all the time. And then we've got Isla Dawn, who can't make up her goddamn mind whether she's a face or a heel.
Awesome entrance.
Screams
awesome
heel.
Music.
Screams heel.
And awesome just ring presence as she comes in.
Screams heel.
Heel. But she's obviously a face at the same time. And it doesn't make sense.
Owen, your thoughts on this match?
Nothing really wrong with the match. I just forgot Isla Dawn existed, so when she came out, I was like, oh, she's still in the company. Apparently, too, they've had like two matches where Isla Dawn won. And I like how Nigel said, I think Isla Dawn needs this win a lot more. And like, yeah, because you've been doing nothing lately, so you definitely need the win more than Nina Samuels, because Nina Samuels at least showcased. I don't even remember the last time Isla Dawn was showcased. I think it was that NXTea UK Women's Title match she had with Ripley. It was the last time she got like a big push. The match, nothing. I mean, it exceeded expectations because I didn't have a lot going in. I thought it was good. Nina Samuels won, but it was just filler. That's all it was.
Yeah, I don't have any notes until the end. Was there any of this match that entertained you, Chris?
No, just her Isla Dawn's entrance. That's the only thing that entertained me. After that bell rang, I was like, oh shit. And just my brain was like, and all right, good, let's get to the main event.
It's like, and Isla Dawn loses.
Yeah. So Isla's in the rope, or Nina Samuels is in the ropes, and Isla's attacking her. I don't know if she's hitting her or what, but the ref backs her off of Samuels, who charges up and gets the cheap forearm to the face, and then puts her in the Nina Goroshi for the pinfall.
Yeah.
And the rest of the match, I really couldn't tell you what happened. It was not great.
No.
It was average. Middle of the road. Jerry, any notes?
No.
So at this point, though, there's so much left of this show. I'm hoping that there's 2 matches left. We get a 5-match card, and the last 2 matches are going to be pretty damn good. Turns out we only have 1 match left, but we've got a few things to get through before we get there. Quite a few things. So we get a recap of Joe Coffey versus Dave Mastiff from last week, and thank God, because I didn't see this shit. Ended in a double countout. So because of this, we get Sid Scala and Johnny Sane on the screen to announce that because there was basically no winner in that match, we are going to have another match at Cardiff, and it is going to be Falls Count, or what is it?
Last man standing.
Last man standing. Oh, that came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I'm down for that. A 10 count to keep your opponent down between those two. That'd be cool.
So who wins?
I'm going to go ahead and give the win to Mastiff, especially if they're still pushing towards Walter.
Chris?
I have to say Mastiff. He has to win if he's going to go after Walter.
Yep. Owen?
Excited for the match. I agree. I think Mastiff wins just because, you need to build up a credible opponent for Walter, and Mastiff definitely is it. I think I would love to see that matchup.
Is there an echo in here?
Well,
a time-traveling echo, because I've been saying this for months.
The thing is with Joe Coffey is, yeah, he's great, and if Gallows ends up pulling off the whole thing where they win the World Tag Team titles, and Joe Coffey gets back in the title hunt and beats Walter on his first try, that's something a little different too. But Mastiff looks like is the one they're going to push towards him because Mastiff is still undefeated.
Now, speaking of Walter, after this we get a promo package. This is video of Walter training some wrestling students. And he is not just training these guys, he is abusing these guys.
He's Cobra Kai-ing the fuck out of these people.
He's trying to get him to quit. And he gets one guy, and he's having him hit him.
Yeah.
He's like, is that a hit? He chops dude and knocks him down to the floor, and dude just scampers away. So he picks out another guy, and he's like, you look a lot like Tyler Bate. He's like, I'm not Tyler Bate. But he
doesn't look anything like Tyler Bate.
He just starts wailing on this kid, basically. Gets him on the ground, steps on his throat, and forces him to say that he is Tyler Bate.
Like he should have been a black guy with a mustache. It's like, you look kind of like Tyler Bate.
No, I don't.
No, I don't.
I love this promo. I've never seen anything like this. I don't think I've ever seen a promo of a wrestler training students. I've seen students training with the training staff.
Yeah.
But a champ out there just actively training students. But in this case, he is. How does a heel train students and look like a heel? Yeah, you abuse them.
Yeah.
What do you think about all of this, Owen?
I thought this was awesome. This was the best thing on the show, I thought. The main event was great, but I thought easily this was the best thing on the show. I would have ended it with this.
That actually wouldn't have been a terrible idea.
No.
But I like too how the look of it and the cinematography and stuff was all gray and stuff too, and it was just really cool.
Very dismal.
And, it was a nice way to build up Tyler Bate versus Walter. Really show how Walter's the mean Brit, and I thoroughly enjoyed this. I kind of wondered if this was a little of a jab to build him up, and this was the stuff he was doing, the Performance Center, before which is why he got released. So, but I still thought this was quite fun. This was awesome.
Chris?
It did kind of give off that Matt Capitelli Hardcore Holly vibe from one of the first Tough Enoughs. Chris, sorry about that.
No, you're good. That's what it kind of reminded me of, too, and that was from Tough Enough Season 2. But, like I said, I thought it was very well done. It's something you don't really ever see in wrestling that I ever remember any time in my recent past. So, It was well done. I liked how he was picturing Tyler Bate because he's so angry that he wants to get his hands on Tyler Bate. So that's why they set it up for him to have a face-off. That's what I thought was interesting. They're going to actually get face-to-face, so I'm kind of seeing how that's going to go.
That's what I was kind of wondering about at TakeOver Toronto. Because it showed that they were both in the audience with us. I was waiting for, like, you know, them to cut back over to Walter and him see that Tyler Bate is there.
So you get Walter first, then you get Tyler Bate, and Walter's like, he's here? And then while you're getting the shot of Tyler Bate, you see Walter just come up and start beating the shit out of him.
And we know from pictures with Jen that Fabian Eichner and Marcel Bartel were actually in town too for a WXW show. So it would have made sense for at least 3 out of the 4 members of Imperium to be in the building.
What's noteworthy here is at the end of this promo, Walter challenges...
Tyler Bate?
Yeah, that's the guy. Tyler Bate to meet him on NXT UK next week. And we are going to get that. There's like a graphic for it. They announced, yeah, he's going to be there. We're going to see a face-off or something.
Yeah.
Also next week, we are going to get The Hunt versus Imperium's Eichner and Bartel. Speaking of them.
Yep.
So I'm looking forward to that match.
Well, I like anything Eichner and Bartel do.
Yeah, they have great matches.
Yes.
And that brings us to the main event. Tonight, Cassius Ohno versus Ilya Dragonoff did not have me, like, salivating in anticipation.
I like the concept of the former hero versus a dragon. But at the same time, yeah, I was thinking, so Dragonoff's going to beat Cassius Ohno now? What?
Cassius Ohno to me has been slightly impressive in several random matches.
Yeah.
And Ilya Dragonoff has been unimpressive in every match I've seen in thus far.
Mm-hmm.
I was not looking forward to this match.
He's got cool in-ring presence, but that's about it.
How was I to know this was going to be an awesome match? Like, awesome. This match took several things that I don't like in wrestling and put them together and turned it into something I do like.
Yeah.
2 of those things were the wrestlers themselves. You know, before I break that down, let's start with Chris. What do you think about the main event?
I was 1,000 times surprised of how much I liked this match. I was not planning for me to really like this match. I was about to just shit on this match before it even started, but actually it was a very damn good match. I was probably Dragonoff's best match. I was about to call him Draco again, but Dragonoff's best match that I've seen him have so far. And Ono, like I said, he had glimpses of the Ono of old. So, I mean, it was really well done. My favorite spot was, I'm thinking he ain't going to be able to powerbomb Ono. There ain't no way he going, oh, shit, he actually powerbombed? Holy shit. But like I said, it was a clever way how Ono was able to use the referee to distract Dragonoff and be able to get the win. So, hey, I was impressed. And then I was shocked that Ono actually won. I was thinking somehow Dragonoff was going to pull it off, but nope, Ono won. That was the more shocking thing to me, was he won the match.
Yeah, that was pretty shocking. Your thoughts, Owen?
I really enjoyed this match as well. I was kind of wondering how they were going to work, because a lot of Dragonoff's moves are power moves, and Cassius Ohno's like, big and a big heavyweight. He's way bigger than him, so I didn't know if he was going to be able to do any of this stuff, but he did. And unpopular opinion, but lately, I really enjoyed Cassius Ohno's character in NXT UK, where he just thinks he's like the best UK wrestler out of everyone. He's just putting British Strong style back, but it actually makes sense.
He hasn't exactly been proven wrong yet.
No, he hasn't.
And I kind of like too how he's contradicted himself by cheating in the matches. When he beat Gallows, he beat him because the ref didn't see his foot on the ropes and things like that.
Yeah, but it's not necessarily cheating. And in this match, he did some underhanded, cowardly maybe, but he definitely heelish moves, but nothing illegal.
Yeah.
I think too, him beating NXT UK, when he was in NXT, he just felt like, a small fish in a big pond. But in NXT UK, he just works. I think he even though NXT UK is like still the same thing, but I feel like he just fits in NXT UK because he's different than everybody else. His gimmick really works, and I honestly think he's had the best WWE one of his career since he's come over to NXT UK.
Well, he's American. He's taller. He's wider.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he's a big fish, literally in a small across the pond.
Yeah,
across the pond.
Yeah.
Across the pond. Should have gotten that right the first time.
I really enjoyed the match too. And since I just watched Takeover, he easily could have been on a Takeover code. One thing about Dragonoff, he can definitely sell like that. When he took like that bump, like where he went neck first into the ropes, the dude can sell. So what I'm surprised.
I don't know if he had to sell for that one. That looked like some wicked whiplash. What he's talking about. This is my first notes. Ono throws Ilya into the ropes. Like he slides onto his butt and goes sternum first into the middle rope. That wasn't the hard part because I mean it kind of gets close to his neck and it looks like kind of an ouch. But then his whole upper body whiplashes back onto the mat, and he wangs his head.
Mm-hmm.
And the ref checks on him, and even the commentators are like, ref, now, go check on him now. As if the ref can hear them, but whatever. And hopefully he's okay, but yeah, that looked like a wicked neck snap. And whiplash effect, really. Any other notes on this match, Owen?
I also like to, when he kept... I believe going for like the German suplex or the uppercut or it was the clotheslines. He kept using the bad shoulder that Cash Ono had worked through the entire match, and then and Nigel was just kind of calling him out like he's got to learn to use his good arm instead. And then he finally went and used the good arm. I thought that was cool.
Yeah, with a discus lariat. Mm-hmm. Not quite an all raw best for the bells, but it was a better lariat than most of those that I've seen him do thus far. Jerry?
Yeah, definitely.
With anything Cassius Ono does lately, it actually feels like, granted he's, an egotistical bastard, but that's the role he's been playing since he was on the Indies as Chris Hero. He's been doing this stuff for years. He actually was under the tutelage of Johnny Saint for the longest time. And that's why he's integrated so well into NXT UK. I wouldn't be surprised if Saint was the one that said, it's like, you know what, guys, you want to use Cassius Ono, right? We'll go ahead and bring him over here. We'll make him a star. You guys just watch. And sure enough, he has put on some fantastic matches. He's put on some awesome backstage spots. The whole breaking the shiny toys thing, that kind of fell flat. But now that he's just trying to show that he's the genius of pro wrestling, and he's backing it up at the same time, that's the best kind of heel for me. Especially like the ones that, say what they're going to do, and they actually go and do it, just to piss people off.
And you get heel heat by telling the truth.
Yes.
So, speaking of him being a ring genius, one of the things that I went into this match disliking is chain wrestling.
Yeah.
At the beginning of a match, to warm it up. Seen it. All of this, I ain't seen before, ladies and gentlemen. The shit that Cassius Ono was doing to Dragonoff's shoulder, like, some of those locks, I was just like, what? Like, what? Where the fuck? Like, and he was just dragging, like, there was one spot where he drags him by his shoulder somehow to the corner, and then uses the corner, and then uses the other arm, comes through, pulling all of the tension on it, and then kicks him in the face. Like, this was great chain wrestling, interesting stuff. But he just keeps working that shoulder. Dragonoff goes for what he calls the 6-1 lariat, and he didn't hit the first one. Again, Cassius Ono just kicks him in the face. Mm-hmm. He does hit the second one though. My problem with this is when he's supposed to sell his shoulder, he does it well. But then he hits all of these clotheslines. And yeah, Cassius Ono is a ring genius for going after Ilya Dragunov's right shoulder. Because remember the comments we made on his first match. Nothing but lariats. All done with the right arm.
He had to be watching tapes. He had to be watching, just doing his research on them. That's what makes him a genius. people are thinking he's like walking in with a game plan. Of course he's walking in with a game plan.
At one point, he kicks Ilya off the top rope, who lands his armpit over the bolt that holds the buckle.
Yeah.
Just genius shit. And then he goes outside with him, picks him up, and throws him face first into the fucking ring. Or no, he runs him, but slings him into the ring post. God damn. So, he rolls him back in the ring and hits him with a rolling elbow to the back of the head and gets the pinfall. Because that'll knock you out.
Yeah.
But yeah, just constant on the shoulder. And eventually he got the win. Because there were spots where Ilya had trouble. Eventually, like he went for the German suplex. Couldn't get it. Eventually gets it. And I'm like, his arm looks fine when he needs it to.
Mm-hmm.
Like that 6-1 lariat, he hits that with his right arm. Looked fine when he needed it to. But at least Cassius Ohno got the win, even though he kind of got no-sold on that arm a few times. But yeah, what a match.
Yeah.
I was extremely intrigued in that powerbomb spot. Like, I don't think he could have lifted him for a regular powerbomb. But they did it perfectly. Because he flips over Cassius Ohno and ends up in a position to powerbomb him off of the attempted superplex. Actually, I think he was going to go for that super cravatplex.
Yeah.
That would have been cool. I think we've already seen that, haven't we?
Yes,
off
we
the
have.
top rope. I think that was his last match. Anyway, he goes for that.
I think he did to Travis Banks.
Yeah, Ilya goes for that powerbomb, and then Cassius just looks at him like, you're not pulling this off. To the point to where he just stands up on the ropes and loses his center of gravity. Enough for Ilya to actually pick him up and powerbomb him. But, yeah, I was highly impressed by this match. Any last notes before we rate this bitch? So that brings us to the...
I was surprised Cassius Ohno actually went over. Because I was sitting here thinking that they were going to build up Ilya Dragonoff and have him have an undefeated streak and eventually challenge Walter for the title. But that just went out the window right when Cassius Ohno won. Because I was very surprised. I don't know where they go from here now. Like, because I thought... I remember back in May after NXT TakeOver 25, or June actually, me and Noah fantasy booked the UK TakeOver Code of Code, and we put this match on there, and we were like, Ilya Dragunov easily is going to win. The match happened like a couple weeks earlier, and then the wrong guy won, but I'm honestly not mad that Cassius Ohno won. I don't know why, I'm just not. I thought it was just a really good match, and maybe this will go somewhere.
Support, no DQ.
Well, that brings us to the end of the main event. And here on the NXT Party, we like to rate the main event using good old-fashioned NXT. So, Owen, long-lost returning guest, we'll let you go first. Out of 5 spots of NXT, where do you rate this main event?
So, I really enjoyed this match. I was kind of surprised I did, like I said, because I literally just finished NXT TakeOver Toronto, and I came off a lot of great matches there. And then I came onto this show, and none of the matches really stood on par with any of those matches. But then this match was like, this could be on a TakeOver. I would give it 4, but we have the War. Well, I'm going to knock it down a spot of T.
A quarter spot.
A quarter spot, just because we had just such kind of a weak show. I thought the show was kind of weak.
That is
wasn't
allowed.
anything bad, I guess, but I thought it was just filler. And I don't really think we should have like a filler show in between, because literally TakeOver's, next week. So I'm going to go 3 3/4 spots of T.
Chris?
I'm going to go for the 4. I thought this was one of the best Cassius Ohno matches for sure I've seen since way before he ever left Ring of Honor as Chris Hero. That's for damn sure. Dragonoff had one of his best matches I've seen him have so far either, so I'm going to give it a 4. As for the rest of the show, it was like, alright, throwaway matches, but at least we actually got an announcement of the last man standing match with Mastiff and Coffey. We got progression in the story of what's going to happen with the tag title situation for Cardiff. And then we got Walter promo was actually one of the best things on the show besides the main event, because that was very entertaining and completely different, something you rarely ever see. So I'm going to stick with a 4.
Jerry?
I think Cassius Ohno earned this 4. He's been doing this for a couple months now as he takes these superstars that we either are losing interest in or need to be put over in some way, shape, or form. Even if he beats them, he brings out the best of them in their matches as of late. His match with Mark Andrew. His match with Mark Andrew, I didn't expect a lot out of, because you had more or less a super lightweight, and then you had him, kind of like almost like a super heavyweight. And then this match, which could have easily been a throwaway match, or just another squash match that he could have been jokingly part of, he turned into a legit match, and it was beautifully crafted and beautiful to watch. And I'm proud to say it, and I got my sticker now. You know.
You can find it.
Yeah, right here.
Chris Hero.
Chris Hero, right there. Yeah. Got that when I was in Toronto as well. But, yeah, I was entertained by the match. There's so much, like you said, different locks and everything going on that we hadn't seen before. And there was great impact, and I didn't expect Dragonoff to really lose. And sure enough, he did drop the match, and there's no post-match beatdown. It was almost like a sign of respect from Ono. It's like, okay, you brought the fight at least. You didn't win, but I can see where you're coming from. I'm done. I made my point. I'm out of here. And he went back up the ramp. So 4's good enough for me.
Well, I think I'm gonna go both directions on this. This was a great match. So you start at 4, but there was so much going on. Like, it made me enjoy chain wrestling, and just the story of the shoulder throughout the whole match. And Cassius Ohno, let me tell you, we've been watching this guy since we started doing these shows go from not caring and being in terrible ring shape. This was a 16-minute match.
Yes.
And he looked good for the entirety of it, whether he was fighting off Dragonoff or doing impossibly complex fucking ring holds. Like, just watch the match. Anyway, we've seen him finally get his passion for wrestling back and be entertaining in the ring. I've been waiting on an entertaining Dragonoff match since he debuted. I'm going to go to 4 1/4 star, and then bring it back a 1/4 star coming off of the back of a shitty show.
Yep.
So I'm going to land it where most of you guys landed it. 4 stars, or 4, spots of NXT.
Yeah.
That brings us to the end of this episode of the NXTea Party. And Chris, I know we can't get you a plug here, but you want to plug any of your NXT member friends for them?
Yeah, support Colin Andrews on the chopping block. He does great work with his stuff. Short, easy reviews. He's done last couple weeks of What's NXT. He's done a great job hosting the show.
That's Colin Andrew on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then follow the Simple Man, Noah Foster. He does great work with 205 Live Matters. He does great work reviewing. We got done recently finishing the review for the G1 Climax. That was an intense tournament there, that's for sure. He does great work with the Ring of Honor reviews, AEW predictions reviews. He does a lot of great work there, so check his channel out.
Noah Foster 210.
Yep. And then support Cindy G and good brother Chris. They do great work as well. And they have the AEW Nation on Facebook. They're at over 12,000 viewers right now. So
I don't know if Chris Willis has a YouTube channel, but that's Cindy's. Simply_C_OK. That's for Cindy G's YouTube channel. She covers a lot of indie wrestling. So if that's your thing, that's your channel.
Yeah.
Owen, where can we find you?
So you can follow, subscribe to my 3 YouTube channels. First being Wrestling Fortune 44. Coming on to my 2000th video very soon. Got a big video planned for that. Chris Mace just did his part of the recording for it. So Very excited about it. I would recommend when the video goes up, watch it at intervals because it's going to be a long one. But yeah, definitely check that out. Very excited for that to come out. And check out my CM Brothers YouTube channel. Me and my cousin lately have been doing a lot of reviews for Red versus Blue. And we're going to start the Marvel movies once he gets situated in the college. So check that out. And then check out On the Talking Native for all my non-wrestling stuff. And you can also check out my friend James the Archangel, James the He-Man Hebrew, however you know him as, CAW Wrestling League, which is called Weymouth Youth Wrestling. Weymouth spelled Weymouth space youth spelled YOUTH, and then wrestling. You should know how to spell wrestling because you clicked on a wrestling video. So
Yeah.
and you can check out his other personal YouTube channel called James Hebrew. He's starting up Team Indie Force, where him and a group of his friends are going to review indie wrestling. So that being, ROH, and I guess basically all the indie wrestling they could probably find. So definitely check out all of that stuff.
Well, thank you, Owen, for joining us. It was great to have you back. As always, Chris, thank you for joining us. And as even more always, if you'd like to join us on a future episode of the NXTea Party, come have a spot of NXT with us. You can find me on Twitter. Go to nodq.com/Stefan. That's STEFAN. Or if you just want to look me up on Twitter, it's at Stefan R. Osborne, OSBORNE. As always, the R stands for restricted. You can also find the gentleman on Twitter
At NoDQGeral, and also my Facebook group Armbar, all capital ARMBAR.
Exclamation point.
And this is usually a part where I talk about memes and all discussions and whatnot, but I'm going to take the time to thank everyone and anyone that covered our asses while we were in Toronto.
Yeah, absolutely.
Colin and Chris, they did a great job, I think, impersonating us. They really caught our essence with your headband and my hair. And Cindy, Chris, and I believe that the other dude's name was Evan. They put on a great tea party. I thought that was fantastic, and I was thoroughly pleased with the products we got out of these guys, and thankful that they were there for us in a pinch, I guess you'd say. But hey, Chris, how many matches were there at Takeover? Yeah, how many of those did I, do right? But yeah, see, he's good at this.
Jerry predicted more matches correctly than Chris did.
Yes.
And so we present to you now Chris Mace, the Holiday, doing the Carlton.
Not unusual to be loved by anyone. Not unusual to be loved by anyone. I see you up my night. Not unusual to baby cry.
No, the major order is I'm always right.
No,
it's I'm not.
historically speaking, when it comes to predictions, you are always wrong.
I'm thoroughly wrong.
The quarter was more right than you were.
Yes.
You can find me on Instagram now at osborne.stefan. And you can find us on YouTube on our channel, Aftermatch Wrestling. That's where all these videos go first, and in HD. So if you care about HD, you might want to watch them there. Otherwise, we do recommend watching them on NoDQ. If you like this video, please click the like button. That's underneath me. If you like all of our videos, do yourself a favor. Click the subscribe button. That's over there underneath Jerry. And if you are subscribed to NoDQ, click that bell icon, because at 100 subscribers on Aftermatch, we are going to start doing What's NXT. That's our NXT review show we do yesterday, live on NoDQ.com's YouTube channel. And that bell will let you know when we go live on a Thursday morning, about 7 o'clock. On a personal note, I want to thank Colin Andrew for filling in for me yesterday, because I had to stay at work late, and this show takes long enough as it is. An extra 90 minutes, nope. Can't do it. I needed sleep. So thank you, Colin, for filling in. And let's see. Find Aftermatch, all one word, AFTERMATCH, Aftermatch Wrestling. We
We're
also
2
do.
subscribers away from 100.
Yep, we're so close.
We were over 100, and then 4 people dropped, so we're thinking it was
A troll.
a troll.
Ah.
I applaud you, troll.
Yeah, you
But
get
mostly
the
I
gift for
applaud-
crushing your dreams.
Mostly I applaud Israel Diaz.
Yes.
Because he is our best fan, probably. He comments on everything.
Yep.
And we appreciate it. Thank you. Other than that, I think that's all the plugs.
That tastes up.
So, for the holiday, Chris Mace. For the Birdman of Boston, Owen Finch. For the General Jerry Slaughter, I am the Wizard of NoDQ.com, Stephen Osborne. Thank you for having a spot of NXT with us, and we will see you in NXT time.